Good morning and welcome to another short devotional for Black Rock Baptist Church and also Morristown Baptist Church. As we begin this week of short devotionals, we're going to look a little bit at the tests that God gives us so that we can grow deeper in our character. And I want to begin this morning talking about the fact that we need God's promises, not his explanations. In the Bible, God made over 7,000 promises to us, but he has not guaranteed that he'll fulfill every one of them instantly. As a follower of Jesus Christ, you can expect that God sometimes will test your faith. And one of those tests comes when God's promises are delayed. We'll call it the when test. You know, you're facing the when test when you're asking, when, God? When? When are you going to answer my prayer? When are you going to change things in my life? When am I going to get well? When am I going to start a family? When am I going to get that promotion I've been trying for? Even Abraham faced the when test. Hebrews11 verse 9 says, even when he reached the land God promised him, he lived there by faith, for he was like a foreigner living in tents. Abraham followed God in faith to a place where he didn't know where he was going, but once he got there, he couldn't even settle down. For 3 generations, Abraham and his family were basically nomads, even though God had promised to give Israel to Abraham. He was going to do it on his own timetable. And Abraham continued to obey because he was confident in God's promises to him. God has all of eternity to fulfill his promises. That means that some of his promises are going to be fulfilled in our lifetime, and there are going to be fulfilled, some of them, after our earthly life is over. That's why God wants you to build your life on his promises, not on his explanations. In fact, God doesn't owe you an explanation for anything in your life. God is God and you are not. He wants you to trust his promises, not wait for his explanation. Abraham received a big promise from God. God was going to make him into a whole nation. That's a big promise. But after Abraham arrived in Israel, he was still living like a nomad. I imagine he was constantly asking God, when? When, Lord? You gave me this promise. When are you going to fulfill that promise? Is it time yet? Are we there yet? Abraham's family lived in tents for generations, and they were strangers in Abraham's own country. You may be in a when test right now. Maybe you've been waiting for an answer and it seems like there's no end in sight, and you're asking, when, Lord? When are you going to take care of this problem? My relationship, my finances, my health, my future. When? Faith means that you wait for God's timing without knowing when. Are you in a time of waiting? Don't waste the waiting. Show God that you trust him and learn to cling to his promises. And as you do, God will grow your character and your faith. God bless. Have a great day. Let's continue to exchange prayers daily until we meet again. God bless you richly.